So the last of the Studio Series stuff, I feel that there is no real need to really cover a lot of it. It's a lot of figures of the Voyagers and the Leaders that we discussed previously on the podcast, whether it be Brawl or Megatron or the Optimus, when we were shown in package photos when stuff was leaking on Taobao and Weibo, all those other Chinese websites. So if you want to hear our opinions on those, just kind of look in the backlog of the queue on the channel and do searches just for that kind of stuff. Just type like Studio Series and the name of a character, and definitely those individual discussions will come up. So, but what we do want to talk about, the last thing that we want to really touch with the Studio Series is, in the Hasbro Investors Panel, there was one figure that was mentioned in the panel and shown in the panel, but not a physical figure was not shown on the display floor, and that's why there was no photos of it with any photos that people have put online. And that's that of a true exclusive. There's going to be a Toys R Us exclusive of the Studio Series of Thundercracker. And from what the image was in the investors panel, which was interesting, was because Thundercracker, up to this point, movie Thundercracker specifically, has always been a repaint of Starscream with just a more G1 kind of inspired head sculpt. So like the original movie Thundercracker in 2007 was movie Starscream the Voyager, just with that, G1 inspired a little bit, with a little bit of movie Bay kind of twisted together in the traditional Thundercracker colors of blues and reds. So, and he would again, amazingly, unlike a lot of other non-movie characters, he would continue to get toys. He would get a legend scale again from a Starscream.
Yeah, I feel that, I don't know why, but I just kind of feel that Thundercracker tends to come up more often than not.
Oh yeah,
And like Skywarp kind of like
yeah, Skywarp.
he's like
Skywarp,
the
he
redheaded
did.
stepchild a little bit.
Skywarp did also get a few movie repaints, also like Thundercracker, but Thundercracker did get more in the end. And he was also featured more also in the supplemental fiction.
Mm.
So on top of, like I said, he had a Legends and Revenge of the Fallen, and even in Dark of the Moon, they repainted the Dark of the Moon Mech Tech Deluxe Starscream, gave it a Thundercracker treatment, where he came with like a Mech Tech buzzsaw and everything, which came from the Roadbuster toy.
Mm.
So, and even like fictionally, like this character was all over the supplemental material. And what the funny thing is, in one of the supplemental materials, it actually shows Thundercracker before he got his body, and if they would have made a toy, the protoform Starscream, like the movie preview toy Protoform Starscream, which was like the gold plastic and everything, they did a Thundercracker colored version of that in the comic. So he would have even had more toys if they wanted to.
Right.
So that being said, and he also had a 3D trading card. He had a whole bunch of stuff. So now we have this Toys R Us exclusive one that's coming out. But the thing that's interesting is now everything I've said up to this point, he's always been a Starscream repaint. They decided this time around, you would have thought, okay, it's going to be Studio Series Starscream repainted and given a new head sculpt. Nope, they've actually decided to go with Nitro Zeus's
Mold.
toy, pretty much the Voyager of Nitro Zeus, which is called Decepticon Nitro, as we know.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he wasn't completely called Nitro Zeus, and they're going to repaint that and turn that into Thundercracker. Now, the thing that's interesting about that is Nitro Zeus is a very different kind of plane than Starscream or what Thundercracker's previous, designs were.
Yeah.
This is a single rudder kind of jet. I don't know the specific one of it. Someone who's a plane expert could probably tell me. I looked online, and the information I was getting was kind of like, contradictory. They were saying, oh, it's this one thing, it's this another. I'm getting like Sab Gripen, which is like some kind of specific plane.
A Sab. Okay, I could see
Yeah,
that.
supposedly.
Because it's the same people that used. Well, it was the same company that used to make the cars, basically.
Okay.
And I think they're Swedish, and they used to make planes and cars. So that's why people bought them. Like, oh, well, it's engineered by people that make planes, man.
Okay. So either way, so they're deciding to go with something that makes them visually very different from
Yeah.
Starscream, not only in alt mode but also in robot mode. For anyone who's familiar with how Nitro Zeus looks, so he's going to be a slight retool and obviously major repaint of Nitro Zeus, and it's going to be a Toys R Us exclusive for the Studio Series line, and it'll be in the deluxe price point. When that'll come out, we don't know yet, but it will be coming. And I mean, there's not much else that could be said about it really, because there is no images really to talk about it outside of people who are in the panel. But it's just something I just wanted to cover because it was a piece of news that kind of got glossed over, and because it wasn't a toy that was photographed in all of the different display room images that Toy Fair had this weekend,
Right.
it kind of like fell under the radar. So just wanted to talk about that.